Yeah, welcome to another edition of Engineering and You. My name is Tunde Olaniro, and if you want the world to be a better place to live in, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics are things that young Nigerians should venture into. So on this note, I welcome you to another edition of Engineering and You. And like you know, Engineering and You is a very, very interactive program. We don't only interact by you talking to us, we also interact by we asking you questions and asking you to give us answers to them. Last week we had a question for the week, and the engagement was really, really thorough on the social media. And we had a winner for last week. The name of our winner is Biola Gold Oshodi. Biola Gold Oshodi got the answer on our Facebook platform to our question for the week. And Biola, if you are watching us, which I know you are, just call this number 0703 1611 497. That is 0703 1611 497, and claim your prize. The prize is courtesy Engineer Prince Engineer Yemisi Shidon FNSE, and claim your prize, and you'll be glad you did. Now today, before I introduce to you who my guest is, we'll be interacting in the next 20-25 minutes on this question for the day. Who invented aeroplane and what year? Who invented aeroplane and what year? Please note that you have to give us the name or names of those involved or who is involved. Who invented aeroplane and what year? This question is for secondary school students and undergraduates that are in the field of science, technology, or engineering. Now my guest is in the house, and before I introduce to you who my guest is, I would like to take a very short break, and after this break, when we return, I'll tell you who my guest is, and we'll get to know him. Welcome back. The program still remains Engineering and You, and my guest today is Engineer Abbas Mohammed ISHOLA. Engineer Abbas Mohammed ISHOLA was born in the early 60s. He attended the prestigious Ahmadiyya College, now Ansarul Islam College, Agege, in 1974 and 1979. He studied mechanical engineering at the University of Ife, now Abeokuta University, Osun State, between 1981 and 1986. In addition, he had postgraduate diploma in computer science from Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University, in 1996. In business administration from the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Ogba, in Lagos, in 1997, and local government administration studies from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, in 2013. He was a part-time lecturer at LASU in 1988, technical instructor, government school, secondary school, Kotagura, 1989, Makun High School, Makun Shagamu, 1989 to 1990. He joined the service of the Ogun State Local Government Service Commission as Mechanical Engineer 2 in June 1990. He rose through the rank to Head of Works Department and was conferred Director of Works in 2014. He was elevated to the position of Head of Local Government Administration, Holga, in the Local Government Service Commission in the year 2016, and had served in various local governments in Ogun State. He is presently Director in Ogun State Local Government Service Commission, Okemoso, Abeokuta. In terms of professionally, he was registered with the corporate members as a corporate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers in 1994, and was duly registered by the Council of the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Koren, in 1995. He's also a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, FNSE. I can go on and on. The profile is very, very, very fat. And if I can continue to read that, we will not leave this place today. So, once again, I want to welcome Engineer Abbas to Engineering and You today. Engineer Abbas, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to know, now, for the sake of those that you are a mechanical engineer.
Yes.
Now, what is the how does it work? What is the modus operandi of a mechanical engineer? What does it entail when it comes to mechanical engineering? What do you do in the society?
Mechanical engineering are the people that have knowledge of, the combined knowledge of mathematics and physical sciences with material science to design, develop, create, make things that could make life more easy for people. It is the application of science to create motion. When you see an object that is in motion, it is a sign that it is mechanically motivated. Even God himself created men to move. He's the first mechanical engineer. We can move. So anything that is on motion is done by engineer. Throughout today, you might have moved from your house to this place directly and indirectly, either by vehicle or by another means. So it is the work of a mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineer makes life easy for people. We create things that will make life easy for you. We create we create opportunity for people to enjoy. Like we have in and ventilation engineering. This place is very comfortable for you. So many offices are also like that. It is the work of mechanical engineer. We also create machineries and equipment that works that are used in industries. The industrial productions are always manned by mechanical engineers. So mechanical engineers are involved in day-to-day activities of people. There is no aspect of human life that is not touched by mechanical engineers.
Now, what's now the difference between a mechanical engineer and, for example, an electrical engineer?
The three basic engineering disciplines are mechanical, deal more with electrical production, electrical generation, and electrical distribution, and they deal with electronics at times when they venture into. So when you have light here now, it's the work of electrical engineer. When you have transmission of energy from one area to another, distribution of energy, that is work of electrical engineers. Mechanical engineer, in other words, create even that, generate that electrical energy that they are going to transmit.
How?
You have the generator. If it doesn't move, the engine moves the turbine. And drives the alternator. The alternator generates electricity that is now transmitted to our houses. If you go to Kanji Dam, it is mechanical engineer that first of all creates the motion. It is the motion that drives the turbine. It is the turbine that drives the alternator. The alternator now generates electricity. So mechanical engineers are also involved in whatever electrical engineers are doing. In fact, there is no aspect of life that mechanical engineers are not involved in. Talk of civil engineers. The civil engineer cannot work without mechanical engineer. We produce the tools that they use. When they want to use crane, it is us. When they want to use the mixer, it is us. When they want to use steel, the steels are handwork of mechanical engineers. We produce the steel. So they will use them in structural design for buildings. So there is no way any other engineering can survive without mechanical engineer. Go to plastic engineering, it is still mechanical engineer that are there. Go to aeronautics, it is still mechanical engineer that are there. Go to what do you call it? Engineering, locomotion. Then when you go to, if ordinary plumbing are works of mechanical engineer, plumbing in buildings, safety equipment in buildings. As you have this structure now, there must be a lot of safety equipment, safety facilities. They are designed and maintained, installed by engineers. So mechanical engineers are, in fact, mechanical engineering is the bedrock of all engineering, and it is connected in all engineering. There is no way a system will be operating without mechanical, because wherever there is motion, there is mechanical engineering.
I've always said that argument between all forms of engineering, like engineering field that come to this program. They will say, my own field is the bedrock of engineering. Now you just said mechanical engineering is the bedrock of all engineering. Now, but I want to ask, there's this argument that everyone that goes into the universities to study engineering, or basically mechanical engineering, all they get is theoretical knowledge. That those that go to, for example, the Polytechnic are the ones that get the practical knowledge. Now, you are a university graduate, done it to the level of postgraduate diploma. Now, how does it work? Is this true?
The fact is that in engineering there are channels, there are levels of works. Engineering is at the peak of any engineering work. The technologists are behind them. Then we have the technicians, then we have the craftsmen.
So who are the technologists?
The fact that the technologists are the people that handles the, let me say, how to assemble the system. Then they are the one to instruct when we are at site what and what to do. The engineer design and give instruction on what and what to be done. So the engineer is the head of engineering job. The technicians and the technologists and the technicians, they follow them. Then you have the craftsmen. But even before you become an engineer, you have to go through the rudiment. You go through the secondary school, you learn the normal subjects. Even in some secondary school, we do auto mechanics, we do carpentry, we do furniture, welding. Some of these things are what builds you up to become an engineer. You go to electronic shops to do some electronic works. Then you can now, from there, go to either university. If when you are in university, you go to laboratory and you take part in a lot of practicals. Like in my own case, when I was designing my project, I was the one that picked it up from the scrap, from selection of material, from the construction, welding and everything. So I'm always confused. The fact that you are not an expert in handling tools does not mean that you don't know how to do it. Before anybody can give instruction on how to use something, you must know about it. The difference between an engineer and a technician or a technologist is that an engineer knows why, not only how. The other people may specialize in how to do it, but why are you doing it? This is how to do it.
Okay, okay, but if we don't just think it's going to be an added advantage for a graduate of a university, not only to know how. Okay, we have a caller. Oseni, calling from Abeokuta. Oseni, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
I'm sure you want to talk to my guest, but first of all, you have to answer our question.
The answer is like brothers Alberto Santos Dumont, Victor Tantin, Elena Todd, and it was invented in the year December 17, 1903.
Okay, Oseni, I'll let you know if you are correct or not. Just stick to it. But before you go, any question for my guest?
What is the difference between mechanical and automobile engineering?
All right. Okay, stay tuned. We will answer your question. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
Automobile
and mechanical engineering.
Automobile is a branch of mechanical engineering. It's a branch of mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering involves a lot of other disciplines, area of specialization. Like I told you, we have the aeronautics, we have the locomotive, we have automobile engineering, and you have even the robotic engineering, you have the computer-aided design, you have a lot of other area of specialization in mechanical engineering, manufacturing, production, maintenance, even management, which is part of mechanical engineering. And you have a lot of fields in mechanical engineering. So anybody that picks mechanical engineering, he picks a very interesting field, and he can go diversify and go anywhere he likes.
All right. I was asking about engineers that you said engineers know why, but technicians might not know why. They can only know maybe how.
They know how.
Now, what don't you think will be an added advantage for an engineer to actually add the how to the why? But before you answer the question, Taiwo David, good evening. Hello, Taiwo, can you hear us? Hello, Taiwo, can you hear us?
Sir?
All right. I'm sure you want to answer our question. So
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The answer is Wilbur and Ovil Rice.
Okay. What year?
December 17, 1903.
All right. Now, you have to ask my guest a question. So please go ahead. Any question for my guest? You said? Hello.
Hello, sir.
What's your question?
The list of engineering courses and their role in the society.
Okay. Engineering courses and their role in the society. But basically, we are discussing about mechanical engineering today. So we are specializing basically on mechanical engineering. Some other time we'll give you other forms of engineering as it were. Thank you very much for calling, Taiwo. All right, sir.
Yeah, whoever was any engineer that what is solved will know how with why. Because if you conceive any idea, you want to present it, you must know how to go about it. But why are these things supposed to be like this? Why do I have to put 3 legs instead of 4? Why do I have to put it on 1 leg? Why do I have to give it this kind of engine? That is the power that will be required to propel the machine. You have to know why. So if you know that this thing is 3 kilograms and you need 3 kilonewton force to move it, then you can now deploy that one to the manufacturing of that thing. And that is where you need a lot of people to assist you in doing it. But you must first of all conceive it and know what you are going to get before you put other people there. So for an engineer that what is so, he must know how also. For me, I would recommend that engineering education should be based on the 633 system, should be properly implemented. That is when you have the 6 primary, the 3 years, which is the lower secondary school. Then the senior secondary school should also inculcate the technical aspects, so that those who are going to engineering will have learned some methodology of technology, and they will now deploy that, they will now build on that when they get to the university. But in all honesty, there is no institution that will not give you the practical orientation. But the fact that people have to specialize, you cannot be doing everything. Others will have to assist you. That is where they come in. We have a whole gamut of construction. You have already designed it, you know what, you cannot be doing everything. So some people will be, you put this there, put this here, put this here. So those are the people that will be informed, and it depends on the level of their.
All right, Loveth from Owo. Good evening, Loveth. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm sure you want to ask my guest some questions, but before you do that, do you have any answer to our question?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, Loveth, talk to us. We can hear you now.
Yes. What does the mechanical engineering do?
What does mechanical engineering do?
What does the mechanical engineering do?
What do they? Okay.
What do they do?
All right, and the answer to our question.
Okay.
Do you have an answer to our question?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Loveth, thank you so much for calling us. My guest will just do justice to your question. I think he has been doing justice to your question all the while, but we'll just say 1 or 2 things.
Yes, mechanical engineers do design, they do develop, construct, manufacture, install, maintain, operate equipments, things that will make life easy for people in every aspect of life.
All right, sir, but I want to ask this question before, because our time is running out. It seems as though in this country there seems to be, let me use the word, scarcity of new invention when it comes to mechanical engineering.
I wanted to answer the question.
Is that
not to ask the question?
Well, okay, David.
Okay.
David from Anambra. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
How is Anambra today?
We are doing well.
Yeah, you want to ask my guest some questions, I guess, and you want to
Yes.
answer our question too.
Yes.
So
let me begin with answer to the question.
Okay, what's the answer?
So the inventors are Ogtv and Weibo, right? They are brothers from USA.
Okay.
17th of December 1903.
Okay. All right. And what question do you have for my guest?
Yeah, my question is, what's the difference between science and technology?
Between science and technology. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Keep watching. He will answer your question. Thank you so much for calling,
All right. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Take care.
Yeah.
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 The difference between
Science
and
the science are the basic area of discoveries. They are the one that do invention. They discover things. The technology apply them to the society. When the science discover, engineers do the application into the society. That is just the connections between them. Science is for discovery of new areas of invention, new areas of things, and those things that were developed are utilized by engineers. They are now applied to make life easy. If supposing somebody discover how to fly, it is engineers that we now apply it to what can make object fly.
All right. Yes, mechanical engineering is very important, and our time is running out. But before we go, I would like to tell you who the winner is. Oseni Amidat. You got our question right. So please call this number to claim your prize, 0703 161 1497. Again, 0703 161 1497. And for the conversation to continue on the social media, our question for the week is numbers of kilowatts in 135 milliwatts is. The number of kilowatts in 135 milliwatts is. If you know that answer, please go ahead to our Facebook page at Ogtv and our YouTube page at Ogtv Abeokuta, and let us continue with this conversation all through the week. Our time is up. I want to say a very big thank you to Engineer Mohammed Abbas.
Thank you
for coming to our program today. And on behalf of my producer, Dean Boy Lorry,
time is fast spent within minutes and within short period of
our time flies when you're having fun. So, on behalf of my producer, I want to say a big thank you to you for calling and for watching. Do have a wonderful night rest. For me, bye-bye.